everybody, welcome. This is Lexi over at the Podunk Paper File, and I'm super excited for today because, why, you ask? I got this in the mail. I love my Fedco Seeds and Supplies magazine that I get in the mail. It is free. You just got to ask to have it sent to you on the website. Anyway, it was a web request. Anyway, and I love it. I love it so much. And it's got so much cute stuff inside of it that you can use on your journals. Like, I mean, the options are endless, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, today I wanted to show you how to make a cute fairy door for your journals. So you could use this door in an album. You could use this door in a junk journal. I mean, you name it, you can use it pretty much in anything. So I just want to show you the example. Okay, here's the example. Now I don't have this same hardware, so we're gonna have to figure out a different way today to make this closure. But essentially, you have a little door, it opens. And I just want to show you how to construct it, and then you guys can decorate it from there. But I like that Fedco thing. I was thinking I could color in some of the flowers and put them around here or something. I don't know. But I want to show you how to do it. So I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock. I have this black cardstock, and I have like a ton of it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. It doesn't really matter what kind of cardstock you use because most of it gets covered, but I do have the outer border that shows on mine. Okay, and then you have to decide how big you want your fairy door to be. So this is 8.5 by 11, so I'm going to turn it this way and see without actually folding it. So that might be a little wider. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have these two meet in the middle, line them up as best as I can, and then I'm gonna fold one side with my bone folder. Okay, and then just lining this up nice and close, as close as you can get it. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Fairy doors tend to have cracks in them, don't they? All right, and fold that side. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is I want to draw. So I want to draw what my fairy door is going to look like. And I go from the top of one of the door fold openings till about the middle, like this. Okay, do a shape like that, kind of. And then I fold this back on itself, like this, where the two creases touch, like this on the back. And now I'm just going to cut that one side out. Okay, so when you open this back up, you'll have the basic shape of your fairy door that opens, on both sides like this. Super easy, super fun. And the way that I decorated it and did the faux wood was just with scrapbook paper. So the last one I used was out of a different paper pack, but this one I wanted to show you because it's got bigger, boards on it. So it's not going to be as easy to use on this small door, but we can draw lines and make it look like how we want it to. So what I did on the first one is I just put So you can kind of see what I'm doing on the back here. I am making this overlap a little bit. Actually, no, I'm just going to put it right on the corner. Let's go on the back though, so we can trace and not worry about. And I'm just going to go ahead and trace my shape. Okay, so there's my door shape. Now, I know this is silly, but I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch on the inside of this so that it can fit on my door and have 1/4 of an inch like of the black in the background. That's optional. You don't have to do that. You could just line it all up and do it however, but I just want to do it because it's fun. I think it looks cute. And honestly, I'm eyeballing it. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. It's about 1/4 of an inch, an eighth of an inch, something like that. Now I'm going to do, because I lined this up perfectly, I do want to trim these sides down just a little bit to match the opposite side of the door. Okay, like that. And the next thing we're going to do is fold it in half. Okay, folding it in half like that, and I'm going to bone fold it. Get that crease nice and good. And I'm going to trim down the center where I made that crease. And I'm just going to use my paper trimmer because I got it right here. And it does really good at straight lines, much better than I do. Okay. And there we've got our door pieces. All right. Now you can go in and trim off whatever, like right here, this side doesn't look very good to me. So I'm gonna trim it a little bit more. And, you know, you could also measure all of this, but I think I'll just eyeball it. That seems to be working out, so. Okay. Looking good. Okay, now this side. What I think I'll do is I'll just put these two together and trim it on this side the same. Trim that white piece off. Actually, we want to move this up and trim, because we'll want to trim the same spots. Okay, can you see my lighting? Sorry, hang on. Let me do that. See if that helps. Okay. All right. Lining up the top so that we can trim the sides. Okay. Boom, baby. So there we go. There are our two door pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. Now, today I did a thing. Normally I use Fabrifix for everything. I really like Fabrifix a lot. I bought Fabri-Tac. I wanted to try it. So I want to see if there's any difference, and that's what I'm going to be using in my glue bottle today. I couldn't make it to, I was already at Walmart, you know, and I was like, you know, I'm going to just go ahead and try the Fabri-Tac. So far, it's looking exactly like Fabrifix. Smells the same. It's literally feels like it's the exact same thing. Kind of just eyeballing it to make sure it's about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Now, if we were smart, we could do that same pattern and cut it out again for the inner doors on this side. But that's optional. You don't have to. I didn't on the first one, but I think I might for this one, just for the sake of showing y'all how to do it if you wanted to do it. Yeah, not seeing a lot of difference between Fabri-Tac and Fabri-Fix. I think Fabri-Tac is a little bit less too. So I don't know. Doesn't seem as like stinky, but only time will tell. So far though, I'm really liking the Fabri-Tac just as much as the Fabri-Fix. Okay. Now that I've got that done, I can repeat the process again over here for the inner doors. This time though, I am going to do the overhang. Now, if I were smart, I would have taken this original cutout and traced it, or folded this in half and then did the cutout at the same time, but I wasn't thinking ahead. So I'm going to put this, well, I want it to be, okay, never mind. I'm not going to do anything weird. But I am going to do the same thing here where I cut it out. Like that. Okay. And you know what? Maybe this time, oh man, look at that. See how crooked it is? Okay, I'm gonna cut it down the middle first. And I'm just lining up this side on one of the divots on my scoreboard, and then I'm putting the point at the top of where the cut line is. And that cut it in half. Kind of just eyeballing it, whatever. Okay, so if I line these two up, they're a little scawampus. So let's just fix that. There we go. And we'll make this be the inner doors. Okay, struggling. Pretty, that looks so cute. See, and we had really big strips of wood to start, and it still worked out. If you, in my opinion, I think it looks great. Okay. Now I know it's not perfect, but usually nothing in my world is perfect, and that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with the imperfection. There's perfection in imperfection, man. You guys, if you've never seen the guy that does the bowl cut, how to do a bowl cut, you need to watch it. It is so funny. He's like this surfer, blonde, stoner dude, and it's just hilarious to watch him. All right. Okay, see? So now we've got our doors. And for the background, I thought it would be fun. So I printed this off yesterday. It's kind of like a secret garden scene. I just found it off the internet. Yeah, it looks like it's got a copyright on it. I'm not going to reuse it for selling or anything, but Dave Catley took this picture, and I want to put it in here. So like you're opening up to a secret garden or something. I think that'd be cute. So again, I'm going to flip this upside down, and I'm going to put my door on here, trim and cut. Because now what we're cutting out is going to be that inside piece. And again, we do want it to be a little bit smaller. So, and I don't want to crease this one down the middle. So maybe what I'll do instead is just cut it in half now. And then, that was the worst idea ever. I cut right through the middle of my picture. Dude, what the heck was I thinking? So don't do that. I was thinking like opening doors, you know, but honestly, I think we can glue it down and it'll be fine. I'm done. Jeez, who put me in charge of my own project? All right, so I'm just gonna line these up as best as I can. And then I'll just cut on one side and it should be good on both sides. Okay, and the bottom. Now we'll put this in here like so, like nothing ever happened. So Dave is still on there, and that's okay. I can cover that later on if I really need to, but hey, Dave is awesome. We like Dave Ka. Or whatever, you know, his name really is. Okay. And so I'm going to put this right on that crease I made because, whoops. And that is just so lovely. This is a real life garden. I believe that it's in Australia. I think it's actually called like the Secret Garden or something to do with the Secret Garden. But it's really pretty. And I was just kind of Googling like secret gardens, pictures of secret gardens. And this one came up and I was like, woo, because I love that movie. I don't know about y'all, but I loved that movie when I was little. The Secret Garden. Something about it I just thought was the coolest thing. Like, and I loved the keys. The keys that, keys. I loved them every time. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty. So we've got our door. It opens to the secret garden. Now I did some wood slats across the front of it. So basically what I did is I grabbed my extra paper and I found just a piece of wood that looked good and just cut it out like this. So I've got this long strip, and you can make it perfect. Maybe I'll trim it down just a little bit. Maybe I'll do it like in half because that might be really cute. I kind of want to have straight edges too. So maybe I'll fart. Okay, there we go. So there's one straight edge. And then, okay, this has got to go. We got to just spy. Off with his head. Off with his head. Okay. And then I just kind of cheat measured. And by cheater measure, I just basically lined it up with the wood and measured and cut. And this one is 2.5 inches. So I'll just keep doing 2.5 inch cuts for the rest of them. And we need 4 2.5 inch cuts by about 7/8 of an inch. All right. Put the lighter wood on the dark and the darker wood up on the light. Yep, okay. Using my good old fashioned Fabri-Tac this time. Finding it to be about exactly the same as Fabrifix. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they are very similar. Although if I went to the store and I had to choose and they were both there, I'd probably grab the Fabrifix no matter what. Just because that glue, it is amazing. It's pretty darn good, if you know what I mean. Sorry, I'm being weird. I can't help it. All right, then once I had those down, I grabbed a marker. This I got, I think, at Walmart. It's a Fudino Suki. Can you see that? It's a brush pen, water-based pigment. Anyway, it's black pen, black felt tip kind of pen. And I just basically put some nails in the boards because they would be held up with nails, you know? The fairies would be like, oh, we need to nail that together. Let's nail it. With their cute little wooden hammers or whatever fairies would use if they were real. I mean, they are real. Sorry. My daughter totally believes in fairies. She thinks that they're really real. And I was like, fairies aren't real. And she's like, yeah, Mom, well, what about the tooth fairy? And I'm like, oh, you're right. You are right, girlfriend. I forgot. So I guess fairies are real. But these kind of woodland fairies, I don't know, guys. My daughter watches my YouTube channel. And she'll probably be like, yeah, Mom, fairies are real. But I don't know. So now the other one had a closure on it and this one doesn't. What could we make a closure with? Well, I've got these little tiny brads in here. That could look like a little tiny doorknob. Right? If we just put two brads down, they would look like little doorknobs. Okay, so I think, I can't see the color difference. Is there a difference? I think those two are both bronze. All right, so let's try that and see how it goes. If we put these little door handles on the sides. Okay. So I'm going to do some measuring just because I want it to be just right. So I'm going to put my 1 inch line on where my doors are. I'm going to do 3/4, no, half an inch on each side and make a little mark. And that's where my door handles will go. I'm going to use my crocodile. And just only go through the door. Don't go through the whole project. Or cut it in half like I did. Okay, there's one. And the next one. Just making, just kind of eyeballing to see, like, to make sure I know where I need to put my hole. And you know, my eyesight is not what it used to be, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. I'm sorry. I literally can't see. I'm going to get my readers out. Okay. Okay, we did it. Rocket science. Rocket science. These are my dollar store readers. I only use them every once in a great while because I can see up close for the most part, but sometimes, yes, sometimes I need them. Uh-oh. Oh, that was just that. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks good. Then we'll put, see, and we should have put the brads in before we put the paper down, but guess what? I'm beyond the point of giving a darn. Ugh. We didn't know we were going to do the brads though, you know, because I didn't use brads last time. So, and honestly, I'm not like totally against having the little brad there. It almost looks like another little door handle. So, like an interior door handle. Okay, let's do this side. Pretty. Oh, that's so cute. They're not even, after all that fussing, I still didn't get it quite right. That's okay. Cute little fairy door. It needs a little keyhole underneath, huh? So I'm going to take my pen and just draw the tiniest little keyhole. Yeah. Okay. Cute. That looks good. So if you found value here, please like, subscribe, and share. I love having people along for the ride, and I just enjoy helping others be creative and know that you can be creative too. It's not just me or anybody. Like anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I really believe that anybody can create, and everybody is creative. It's just in our nature as human beings. Okay, let's see how that looks. Well, that don't look half bad, if I do say so myself. I think I'll glue that down. I had it sitting here from another scrap piece of paper, so they have little leaves on it, and I figured, you know what? Put them down. Anyway, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. I've got some really cute stuff in my Etsy shop. I don't know if it's, anyway, cute stuff there. Just look up the Podunk paper file. That's THEPODUNK, and then paper, PAPER, file, FILE. The Podunk paper file. That's me. And I hope you all have enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you soon. Bye.